Hey everyone, Sophia here for my great challenge. Welcome back. This is day 6 of my 30 bags in 30 days. I'm going to repeat myself for those of you who are new and were referred by somebody else. This is a 30 bags and 30-day challenge. Basically, every single day for the month of April, I am filling up one bag, doesn't matter the size, of stuff that's in my house and I need to get rid of. So let's reflect on this a little bit. And by the way, at the end of the series, I'll do an additional video on what I've learned from the whole process. But I can tell you this for now. There are stuff that we keep in our house that we keep out of obligation because it was given to us and we didn't like in the first place, like the big hamper that I put on the curb last night and was gone in less than 2 hours. I told you. I wasn't joking about that. Somebody's going to be very happy, I'm sure, but I am glad I'm rid of it. And the space here is still the same. And by the way, all of the stuff is gone. So yeah, there's still a seltzer over there. The basement looks pretty good. Anyway, things I've learned so far. There's a lot of stuff that landed in the basement because I said, well, you know what, I don't want it here. Let me put it in the basement. I'll sort it later on. And the later on never happened. So I'm pretty sure you have a lot of things in your home right now where you said, I'll put it in the attic, I'll put it in the basement, I'll put it in the garage, and I'll sort it out later. Right now I'm too tired. I just finished the whole cleaning session, whatever. Okay, the bottom line is that we just don't do it. We don't go back to that particular spot and take care of it like we said we would. All right, so the stuff is still there. It was supposed to be sorted out. I can guarantee you that what I'm going to do right now, 90% of what's in there I'm going to get rid of. So imagine an entire bin. Let's say it's a 60-gallon bin, you know, like those big containers, all right, with the lid that goes on top. I have plenty of those. Imagine you have one of those bins with a whole bunch of junk in it that you say, I'm gonna sort through it later on. Well, I can guarantee you that you can get rid of everything that's in there, including the bin. All right, because when you put it away and you say, unless this is something that's a seasonal item, like a Christmas decor, and let's just say it could be a memorabilia, like a baby blanket, for instance. That kind of stuff you might want to keep later on. You're just storing it for future generation. And no, I am not getting rid of the baby blankets as suggested because it doesn't matter whether or not my boys are going to want them. They are their blanket. And when they are grown-ups and adult and I'm old and decrepit, then maybe they can make a decision for themselves as to whether or not they want their baby blanket, or their wives want their baby blankets, or their own children want their baby blankets. So this is like a just-in-case scenario where it's actually worth keeping the stuff. But let's talk about the other just-in-case scenario. Containers from computers, boxes that stuff was shipped in, and you know, unless you actually rip out the part that has the barcode and you know, you keep the material that was in it, trust me, you don't need the box. All right, especially once the warranty or the 60 days or 30 days, what it is, return limit or timeline is over. Trust me, you can get rid of that box. Like, you don't need to keep it. And I've been fighting that with my husband for quite some time, because if I go in the attic right now or in the garage, there's computer boxes from computers that he's had and no longer use. I don't see the point. It's not like that computer is going to be put back in that box and then sent back to the company, because the one that we have the box for, he's no longer using it. And matter of fact, I think it's in the space I'm going to do today, and that computer is probably going to get recycled. All right, so you don't need that stuff. Okay, now seriously, you just don't need it. Now, if we plan on moving, yeah, so then keep that box, because that's the perfect box for that item, for that TV, that flat screen or whatever. But if you don't plan on moving, like us, for instance, we bought the house 5 years ago. I will die in this house. I don't need the computer box, okay? So you gotta start thinking about what it is that you're keeping. And in particular, when you start saying, oh, I'm keeping this just in case, all right? The perfect example of the just in case is if the case didn't happen in the last 2 years, All right. See, I'm being generous. I'm giving you 2 years. Chances are that no case will happen in the next 2 years. So the just in case doesn't make any sense. Like we're not preppers. All right. We're not going to keep stuff just in case. Like the apocalypse is not happening, and we don't need to keep certain things just in case. All right. So if you start catching yourself saying just in case, you got to start thinking like, is this really going to happen? Nah. It won't. And I have to go upstairs right now because I have the feeling the beagle is inside the fridge. Excuse me for a second. What are you doing? What are you doing? What were you doing? See, hello, hello, hello. You guys want to go out? Okay. Vesper, you want to go out too? You want to follow them? I opened the door for you. There you go. You may go. See you later. Okay, back in business. All right, so what was I saying? Yes, the just in case is not going to happen. If you say just in case, trust me, get rid of it. You won't miss it. You won't, all right? So today is day 6. I am finally tackling underneath the stairs in the basement because if you remember from previous videos, I stashed a whole bunch of junk in there and I said, I'll sort it out later. And if I recall well, that was over 6 months ago. Okay, and I didn't do anything. So let's see how much of the stuff that's in here is actually something I want to keep. So here's the space I'm talking about. If you remember in my basement, you come down this way and then there's the space here in front of the folding table right before you get to the laundry room. And that's going to be taken care of at some point, by the way. Here's all the stuff. I don't have a light. So what I'm going to do is basically take all of this, put it here, and we're going to sort it out. Okay. So, here's the space, and the space has been emptied. I'm going to pull out a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, the space is empty. Now, the only thing I have here is 2 computers. See, I was telling you about computers. I just texted Scott, and he's telling me that we can put those on the curb or we cannot recycle them and give them away unless he erases the hard drive. Now the one on top is my old computer and that one will not start. It's like, it's over, it's finished. Would you be quiet over there? All right. And then that's his old one, his old Apple computer. So he's saying don't do anything with those. He'll take care of it. Knowing him, he'll take care of it means in about 5 years. Okay. So the space is all emptied out. Now this space used to be really damp. Okay, and this right here is the door that used to be here. I removed the door and I'm using it as a platform, and I have bricks here so it's elevated, so I have air circulating. And now that I moved all the stuff, I gotta be honest, I'm putting my hand in there, I'm smelling and everything. It doesn't smell like mildew at all. I don't have any effervescence on the wall. The space is actually pretty dry right now, so I'm pretty happy with that. And it's the end of winter, so you would think it would be a little bit more humid. So like I said, I'm going to move those computers over there, but this space is going to be empty. Eventually, I'm going to do something with it. I don't know what, but right now, I want this space right here to be empty. And here is all the stuff I've collected from underneath the staircase. So we have crates and we have lots of pillows and another basket. I'm going to go through it. I gotta make a decision with the pillows. So let's go through this one by one. This one. I like it. I've always liked it, but I only have one of them. Donate. This one is supposed to go with the bedding upstairs in the guest bedroom. I don't care for it. It's still in good condition. Donate. This one, only have one of them, and I repaired it right here. Yeah, and it's, oh no, actually I made that out of that fabric that I don't care for. You remember the fabric from 2 days ago that I got rid of? So this is trash. This one, I like it. There's only one of them, and it's silk, into peony silk. I'm gonna put it right here on my pretty chair. While I'm at it, this is Scott's old bag. I'm gonna make sure there's nothing in it, and this is going to be trash. There we go. This is one of the pillows that goes upstairs, so this I'm definitely keeping. They come from Grandma's house. It's super expensive fabric. She had them custom made. I'm gonna put it right here for now. These two here, See, that's the thing. The fabric is nasty. It got damaged. Let me see if there is a zipper. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is remove the covers because those were expensive pillows and they are made with down. So I'm gonna remove the cover. I'm gonna throw away the covers and I'm going to keep the two pillows. Moving right along, what do I have here? Protective cover for a phone, and this is trash because there's nothing in it. This is yet another attempt of my trying to be organized. It's got the school stuff for the kids. I'm going to remove the items that are in here, and I'm thinking I'm going to keep the binder maybe. I don't know. I can't really donate that. It's damaged right here, but you could always use a binder. So I'm going to remove the contents. I'm going to keep these because these come in handy and they can be quite expensive. And I'm going to keep the plastic sleeves. All right. So this binder is now empty and I have plastic sleeves. Putting it right here. That's going to go in the office, and this is all the paperwork that I took out of it, and trust me, I'm not going to need it. This has been downstairs since the beginning of the school year. It's now almost the end of the school year. Obviously I won't need it. All coupons, it's trash. Oh, that I'm going to keep. That's going to go upstairs. Putting it right here. I have a notebook here with list. Most of the pages have been used. You can't recycle that, but that's gonna go in the paper day. That goes in the laundry room. I'm gonna put it on the floor for now. I was looking for that everywhere. Okay, this is a note, so I remove the used pages and they go right here. And then we got paper, more paper, piece of foam. Don't need this. A ruler. You can always use one of those. Don't know what that is. Pediatrics. It's a bill. It's been paid. Okay. These don't stick at all, but I love them. So I'm removing the one on top, and that goes in the office. Okay, so now I have this crate right here, and guess what? I don't need it. It's trash. Next, another crate. Okay, I don't know how many times I showed you this. This is my French broom. Sent by mom. This is a real hair broom. It's the best broom I ever had, except that the measurements in this country are not the same one than France. I cannot, for the life of me, find a dowel that would fit in it. But I'm not getting rid of it because there's hope that one day I will be able to get a handle for this broom. An empty container of light bulbs. Really. Emergency flashlight. That works. That's gonna go in the room on the other side here because that's where I keep all of my tools. Another tool. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Tool. I can't lift that. And another tool. That's gonna go back in the tool room. That's a 10-pound. Oh yeah. All right. This I'm gonna put right here for now. Edward fancies himself as an athlete now, so if he wants to push up some 10-pounders while he watches TV, he can. Another crate that can go. Trash. All right, here's an example of decisions that need to be made. I here have 2 cake stands. All right, now I've had those for, I'd say, about 14 years. They are made of crystal. I think the last time I've used them was the last time we did a big event when we were still in Ohio, and that was 2004, you guys, okay? 2004 is the last time I used them. Obviously, I'm not an entertainer, and when I entertain, I don't use those. So I have to make a decision. I have 2. I'm okay with, oh, look at the color of my hands. Okay, I have to make a decision. I have two. There's only one that I'm gonna keep because I don't need both, all right? I really don't. Yes, I could use this one in the bathroom on a little Lazy Susan, but then that would be an excuse for me to fill it up with junks and products. So I'm all for recycling and repurposing and all of that. But the reality is that if I recycle this for something else, like a bathroom little mini shelf or tray, chances are that it's going to look cluttered, and a year from now I'm going to do a video when I'm going to say, what was I thinking? This is ridiculous. Let me unclutter, you know, let me declutter the whole space. I'm getting rid of this. So there's two of them. There's a round one that's perfectly round, and then there's one that's shaped like a flower. Now I'm going to do what anybody who's a collector of crystal would do, and I did that already. I'm going to listen to the sound. That's going to help me. Would you knock it off? What are you doing over there? Okay, I'm going to try to determine which one has the best sound, meaning the best lead, and is mostly the purest crystal. So here we go. Decision made. I'm keeping this one. Two reasons. One, it's the best crystal. Two, it's perfectly round. I don't have this scallop here. This is pretty, but it's probably not going to be as useful as this, because this is not the same size. If I put them this way, okay, I'm losing all this space here. So this is going to be donate. This I'm keeping. And what I did was put it here with a few things there. That used to be on this pretty box, but I've decided that I'd rather have this than a pretty box over there. Now this box I can probably use because I want to start altering things, so I think I'm going to be able to use that. And matter of fact, I have a project in mind that I need to do for you guys. That's a scrapbooking project, and the box I'm going to alter is now this one. I was going to use a cigar box, but I found this, so this I'm keeping. Okay, and I think it looks pretty okay. It's kind of streamlined. I like the fact that Buddha is floating over there. I'm not Buddhist, I just like Buddhas. Okay, all right, this thing here. That's a leftover from a friend of mine. He gave it to me, and I gotta be honest, I've had it for 2 years. We never used it. We don't really use chips and salsa, so this is donate. Moving on here. What is this? Oh, that's a router. That's the second router for the internet. Why do we have two routers? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to ask Scott why we have two routers, because I don't even know what we're gonna do with this. This could actually be sent back to Verizon. That's what I'm gonna do, because obviously I don't need a second router. I'm sending that back to Verizon. That goes here, but I gotta do it, all right? Okay, in here, these I like. These are frames, they're glass. They're technically album frames, like for vinyls, but I used to have them in my apartment before we moved here, and I put basic gray paper in it. It was very nice decoration alongside the staircase. I like those frames, and I'm thinking about reusing them for the entryway, but they're gonna have to be painted a different color. Like I'm thinking about doing with a distressed look on them. So I'm keeping those because they're glass and they're pretty, and those are actually quite expensive. So this is a stay. This here from IKEA, this is trash. So I'm moving along quite nicely here. Okay, embroidery loop. Let's face it, as much as I would like to fancy myself as a crafter, and I have a gazillion what do you call them, threads, DMC threads, to do cross stitch and everything, I never use the oval one. I've always used the round one. I think I purchased the oval one because I once had a very large piece that I wanted to embroider, and that project never got finished, so I'm probably never gonna go back to doing this until I'm retired. I got way too much stuff. So this is donate. Moving along, these things. These are sconces, and you put candles on them and you attach them to your patio or whatever. I've had it for years. I don't recall how I acquired them. I have never used them, and quite frankly, I don't like them. That's donate. Almost done, almost done. Okay, this is the top to my couscous maker that's upstairs in the kitchen. So that belongs to the kitchen. Another ruler. No, that's not a ruler. That's a leftover piece of metal from when I was doing the project in the office. Guess what? This is going to be recycled. That belongs here, doesn't it? That obviously belongs to the garden and the garage. What's this? That's grit for my sander. So guess what? That goes right here with the rest of the tools. And I have this basket, which is damaged right here. So I'm not going to donate that. This is going to the trash. I'm getting rid, you guys. I'm getting rid of every single basket. If you have a basket, that means you're going to stash stuff in it. That means it's going to be stuff that's going to get forgotten. Get rid of baskets. Unless you actually put stuff in them, a label, and it's stuff that you actually use. I don't know. Toothpaste, kids' Legos, underwear, things like this. But if you use basket to organize clutter, all you're doing is putting clutter out of sight. Forget about the clutter, and it's not going anywhere for years. So guess what? This is trash. Okay, next. This is the barbecue kit. Okay, and that needs to be with this, and that needs to be brought upstairs in the on the deck. I have a butcher's block with a huge drawer that needs to be in there. That does not belong to the basement. All right, so this I want to keep. It's a coat hanger. I don't particularly care for the design, but they're real practical. You can actually use that in the garage to hang tools. You can use that in your kitchen to hang all the things. You can use that, of course, inside closets to hang clothes on the side if you want to. So this I'm keeping. And again, this goes to the kitchen. That's garage. And here's another example of something that I feel obligated to keep, but I'm gonna have to make a decision. Grandma gave me this, and Lord knows she bought me a lot of stuff. This is a wrought iron frame thing. Okay, it's supposed to be for plates, but the space here is too wide, so it makes you put your plates on. Now, you know I'm a china collector, okay, so I'm real picky about china, so I'm going to put that to the side like this. All right, the space here is too wide for plates. So what happens when you put your plate, it has to go at an angle that's too much, and it takes on, if it's a shiny plate, it takes on the light from the ceiling, and you can't see the design because you get, you know, the reflection. And because your plates are too angled, they constantly collect dust. It sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, I'm picky about plates, all right? So for a while, I had photo frames on it, but then you get this like this in front of the picture. I really don't have any use for this. I've not used it in years. I had it on the wall for a long time, but I'm not using it. And as much as I hate to do this, this is gonna have to be making somebody else happy. So this is donate. I'm making progress. Suitcase, obviously you keep that. These are Edward's snow boots. I don't know if he's going to be able to wear them next year, but they're still pretty good. So that's going to go in the closet upstairs with all the shoes and all of that. So to recap now, this is trash. All of this right here with this. And this is donate. This has to be relocated. This has to be relocated. And this, my friends, is empty. Totally empty. And it feels like I'm moving in. It feels like I'm doing a tour of the house before, you know, when you do the final walkthrough. That's what it looks like. I love it. It's empty. There's so many things that I could do with this. All right, so listen. You remember the idea that I had with the laundry baskets here? I could actually do that here. But, you know, I think I like it better on this side. I could sheetrock this whole area and make it another bookcase. I could actually insert a bookcase in here and have extra book, put it on wheels, right? And I can open it, and that would be like a secret stash, you know, like a safe room type thing. I don't know. The ideas and the possibilities are endless. I still need to move those computers over there to the back. I'm going to do that right now, but pretty much this is it. I'm done. So this is the end of day 6 as Le Chiffre on the other side of the camera is chewing on something. What are you doing? Shh. Hey, no, knock it off. Don't. No. Leave it. Leave it alone. Bye. Go up. He's exhausting. That dog. Do you have a beagle? They are exhausting. You know, chocolate is not good for dogs. Well, we had leftover of a chocolate birthday cake for Scott in the this weekend, and thank goodness I ordered a special lock for the fridge that's supposed to come sometimes this week, because he constantly opens the fridge and sometimes we forget to put, you know, things in front of it, and he got into the fridge and he ate half a chocolate cake. And look at him, he's perfectly fine. This dog has swallowed bolts, screws, plastic, lighters, I'm sure. You know, and he's like, he's made of steel. I don't know. He's made of steel. Anyway, if you have a beagle, comment down below. Let me know if your beagle does the same thing. Because this one, he's going to be like one of those sharks that they find on the side of the ocean. And then when they open up the shark, they find license plates and stuff like that, right? You remember those kind of funny, weird news bits? Well, the beagle is going to be like that. Like we're going to find so many crazy things in there, including jewelry, I'm sure. I digress. This is done for day number 6. I think I did very good. I was so upset about the space that I stashed a whole bunch of stuff in. I have the whole space empty now. I'm not going to fill it. I want to have the space empty. I want to walk in and out of the laundry room and see an empty space. Plus, there's plenty of things that I could do with this. And I'm seriously thinking about the bookcase because, you know, books, all right? So this was day 6. I think this was the most productive day out of all 6 of them. I've gotten rid of so much stuff, and I told you that 90% of what was in there was going to be getting either to the curb for trash or going to get donated. So I got to take it to my car right now, put it in the back of my car, and it's going to Goodwill next weekend when I go there. I already got a whole bunch of stuff in there. So it's worth your while if you kind of put everything in the back of your car and then you make a point to going to Goodwill and you're going to donate all of the stuff. The stuff I'm giving away is good stuff. It's not busted, it's not stained, it's not broken, it's still usable. That's the right kind of stuff to donate, okay? I guess I will talk to you later. Check out Transforming Melody, SpankyCola, and My Everyday Wife Life on YouTube. The links are down below. They are doing the 30 bags in 30-day challenge alongside of me. If you're a YouTuber and you are doing the challenge as well, it doesn't matter when you start. You could definitely start tomorrow as being day 1. It doesn't matter. I'm just doing it for the month of April, but you know, who cares when you start as long as you start, okay? If I'm inspiring you, give me a thumbs up. If you are new and want to see more, subscribe. The button is right here at the corner. Don't forget to watch the entire series to see my progress and the rest of my channel for more organizing, cleaning, DIY, beauty, and you name it. I'm all over the place, okay? I guess I'll see you tomorrow, you guys. Bye. Thank you for watching.